Now, in the previous videos, what we were doing was we were simply working with the little pop-up that comes out as we click on this. But what if you don't want to work with something maybe a little bit more permanent, or maybe you'd like more space to work with the content? What you can simply do is, again, what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this here, this post, and let's save that here. And then what we're going to do is we're simply going to right click on the content, and you're going to find now you are going to have a little additional uh, selection on your drop down menu, and that is to use the selected piece of text in Idea Spring. So I'm going to click on that, and as you can see here, it's suddenly changed. Now, what it's doing now is it's not using the little pop-up that we have here. It actually opens up a new tab, which gives you a larger space to use. Now, not only does it do that, but it gives you some extra options as well, which I'll cover in a few moments. So as you can see here, we have the full post. And then what we can do is we can simply, again, work with the subtopics, blind spots, future ideas, and then they will appear in the box here below. And again, we have the options to save them to the vault and to open the vault. So you have these here. Now, what you're going to find as well too is this window is going to give you more options that you didn't have previously with the pop-up one. Now, it's going to give you these angle presets. So what you can do is you can take a subtopic idea, but you can look at it through the lens of a beginner. Or you could look at your blind spots through the lens of a beginner. Or you could look at future ideas from the lens of a beginner. Or maybe you'd like to maybe create some how-to content. So what you can do is you can simply click on how-to, and then you can click on subtopics, and it'll give you how-to content ideas you can come up with. Or maybe you'd like to maybe put in maybe a little bit story about yourself, kind of make it more kind of, written about you and what you're doing or about other people. You can simply click on this here. And then what you can do is you can get ideas that will be based around stories. Or maybe you want to go in the opposite direction to everyone else. Maybe you just want to go the contrarian route. Maybe topics that people aren't talking about that maybe beginners or more advanced people would like to know about. So what we're going to do now is we are going to look at maybe the beginner option, and we are going to do subtopics through the lens of the beginner. So if we just click on subtopics, and if I just scroll down here just to give us more room so we can see what's going on, or maybe if I just scale that up, here we go. So we're looking at these from the lens of a beginner. So again, a beginner probably would need to know how to understand an audience, the myth of passion, making it personal, quick wins over long-term goals. Most beginners, unfortunately, make that mistake of looking for the cash now and not thinking about what could happen in the future or how it could affect their business. Marketing without gimmicks, building a communities, the power of simplicity. So these are all kind of topics that a beginner should probably know about if they're on their journey of creating a business around the passion, that they don't make these mistakes. Or maybe we want to maybe go with a little bit of contrarian. What would a contrarian say when it comes to subtopics? These will probably be the opposite to what most people actually think. So again, if we look at the subtopics through this lens, we're going to find passion trap, dive into why pursuing passion without considering your audience can lead to frustration, what people really want, the myth of hard work, finding the sweet spot, feedback loops, creating for convenience, adjusting a mindset, stories over stats. So a lot of these are probably, things that would probably lean in the opposite direction that most people wouldn't think about. Most people are probably obsessed about stats, but never actually think about the stories or, other parts of the business compared to maybe what shows up in stats. So these might be a little bit contrarian to what most people would think about the topic. And then what you can do is you can simply write about those topics. So you're not kind of given exactly what everybody else is given, you're going in the opposite direction. So what you can do is you can simply just toggle on these, or you can select a few of them if you want to, but try them out, play around with them. But what it'll do is it'll take these main topics and almost like the subtopics, it'll break them down because it'll look at that content or that answer from a different perspective. So we'll see you in the next video when we are going to look at the extra options we're going to have on the tool.